It's time for Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro from the Health and Wellness Institute in Mount Lake Terrace.
And it is time once again for Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro of the Health and Wellness Institute in Mount Lake Terrace. Got the man himself, Dr. John, today. Hi, Dr. John.
Hello, good to be here again.
Good to see you. Hey, you've been you're looking pretty good, pretty healthy. Have you been out and about?
Yeah, I actually had some time off for a few days, which is always nice. Went to the coast a little bit, the Washington coast, and spent some time by the ocean. And
so important to have rest and relaxation.
It
sleep.
Really is. It really is.
This week we're talking about something that maybe people are experiencing, and we were saying before we went on the air, it's something I don't know if you guys treat dogs, but my dog is he's got food allergies.
Yes.
But people obviously can struggle with food allergies. What's the deal with food allergies?
Food allergies, it's very common. You're going to hear the term food allergies, food sensitivities. I think that you look at those two terms and, what is a food allergy? A true food allergy, like, for instance, if you were going to have a peanut and you're reacting to peanuts, a really life-threatening allergy, which you have a peanut and you can wind up having what they call life-threatening symptoms, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, in those cases, that's a real, true food allergy.
Right.
A food sensitivity is something where a person would eat a food and they may not have a reaction for, 3 to 4 days after they eat that food. Okay, so they would never really know how to properly identify.
Yeah, which thing is it that I ate that caused this?
Yeah, what is it that I ate? Mm-hmm. And you could have 4 or 5, maybe 10 different type of foods that might be causing that problem. So. A lot of the times people will say, well, how do I really determine what food it is? And sometimes you can do a food elimination type of a program where you take the suspected food that's provocative type of a food out of your diet and see if whether or not your symptoms clear up. A lot of the times these symptoms that you have, you can have, chronic clearing of your throat, which I have often myself. Some foods actually aggravate that. Some foods actually provoke more mucus in your sinuses. You can wind up feeling achy. You can have gas. You can have bloating. You can have, irregular bowel habits where you're not having a regular bowel movement every day. And those are the signs and symptoms that you can have with food allergies. And it can be quite cumbersome to be able to say, okay, well, I have to pull out, these 10 foods out of my diet. And then how are you going to really know? People will do a rotation. It can take a long, long time. So one of the things that we recommend to do is to, have a test done. A blood test done. It's not, the skin testing. It's actually a test.
Yeah, that's what I remember is the skin testing.
Yeah.
They put different things on your skin if it bubbled and stuff. And
exactly. I mean, that's the old time way of testing those antigens. But really, there are blood tests out there that test what they call the delayed hypersensitivity antibodies.
Okay.
And so you can
be pretty conclusive.
And
about
it's basically narrowing down the foods instead of just taking a shotgun approach and saying, okay, I'm just going to blast this thing. I'm going to pull these 10 foods out. I mean, and that could be time consuming. It could be really depressing. Sometimes people say, well, I can't eat anything. You start getting to the mindset and saying, what now? What can I eat? It's like, and then you begin to starve yourself.
Right.
So the whole process of these food allergy tests, this one particular blood test, is to kind of narrow down the particular foods that have what they call the highest antigenic expression.
Okay.
And if you can actually grab those antigens and you can look at them and you can say, like, for instance, dairy or gluten, wheat products.
So those are the two I hear a lot about.
Yeah,
gluten
definitely.
And lactose intolerance.
Lactose is a big one. I mean, and there's different proteins in the dairy arena.
And you can develop these allergies later in life too.
Yes, you can.
You always think that you have to have them from when you were a kid, but they can come on later in life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, well, how do people get in touch for that test with you or any other services?
You can contact us on our website at www.ehealthandhealing.com, or you can contact us by phone at 425-697-6112, and myself and my doctors are there to serve you.
Okay, and more details about the Health Coach feature and Dr. John Catanzaro on our website at kcisradio.com. You can listen to past programs there as well. This has been Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro on KCIS.
You've been listening to Health Coach with Dr. John Catanzaro from the Health and Wellness Institute in Mount Lake Terrace. For more information, visit ehealthandhealing.com or hwicancerresearch.org or call 425-697-6112. You can also listen to past programs and submit your questions for Health Coach at kcisradio.com.